Good day, folks, and welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic. I'm your host, Neil Johnson. I have unearthed a video on Ronna Romney McDaniel. You're not going to believe it. If you didn't know, she is the niece of Mitt Romney. It's like the Romney cartel. It's like some mafia boss family out in Utah. As we get into this video, I packaged this around some other video clips so you can understand just how big the problem is. You as a conservative, a Republican voter, need to understand one thing. There is nothing more important you can do right now than call your state party chair and say Ronna Romney McDaniel must resign. To give you an idea of just how bad this is, Ronna McDaniel's hair and makeup have cost GOP donors nearly $100,000 alone. Another tidbit? In 2022, she increased her salary from $122,000 a year, that's a substantial salary, to $358K. She's rolling in bank. Not only that, she's wasted our dollars in donations. Since 2017, the year McDaniel was installed as the chair of the RNC, it has specifically spent $3.1 million on private jets, $1.3 million on limousines, $17.1 million on donor mementos, $750,000 on floral arrangements, and $80,000 on alcohol, according to Red State. In addition to that, after the epic takedown from Vivek Ramaswamy, she told Vivek the night of the debate, "You won't get a cent from us." And Charlie Kirk points out, Ronna publicly broke a sacred RNC rule, not getting involved in primaries. She must immediately resign. The 168 must act. I want to show you some of the lies that she told on NBC News right after the debate.
Let's talk about Tuesday night. Let's talk big picture. Republicans say that they had a tough night on Tuesday, obviously losses in Ohio, Virginia, Kentucky. What do you say to Republicans who say you bear some responsibility for that and you're not the right person for this moment?
Well, I'm proud of the RNC and I stand by what the RNC is doing. And some people don't understand what we do. We're a turnout machine.
They are a turnout machine, but the problem is their turnout machine sucks because they're using old data. I just spoke to a vice chair of a state party the other day, and the data they have is terrible. And if she really is interested in turnout, she'd get behind President Trump. But the problem is she won't because she's in league with her uncle, and they're both anti-Trumpers.
Thank you so much for having us. It was an honor to co-moderate that debate. We really appreciate it. Ronna McDaniel, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you.
Think about who's moderating this debate. This should be Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, and Elon Musk. We'd have 10 times the viewership, asking questions that GOP primary voters actually care about and bringing more people into our party. You think the Democrats, and we've got Kristen Welker here, do you think the Democrats would actually hire Greg Gutfeld to host a Democratic debate?
Vivek is right, but Ronna, like so many other establishment Republicans, wants her credentials from the mainstream media. It means so much to her. But the problem is, look at these numbers. Viewing figures for the third Republican debate dropped by almost 50%. NBC brings in just 7.51 million viewers, compared to 13 million who tuned into the first debate. The debates are dead because Trump isn't on the stage and everybody knows he's already going to win the nomination. No matter how hard Ronna and Mitt try to shove Nikki Haley down our throats. And here we unearthed the video of all videos. This is Dana Bash from years ago interviewing Ronna Romney McDaniel, and listen to what she says.
What do these pictures have in common? Let's see.
I don't know. Yeah, there is a familiar theme here. I'm very happy to add a feminine touch to this wall.
The Republican National Committee has a new face with a familiar name, Ronna Romney McDaniel.
Your uncle ran for president, so did your grandpa.
Yeah, and my mom ran for Senate, and my dad had run for Attorney General, and I thought, I've got to go get into party politics so I can figure out how to win and get some of my family members across the finish.
Yes, she needed to help her family members get across the finish line and win. She was going to figure out how to win, but the problem is she can't figure out how to win. Since Ronna Romney McDaniel took over the GOP in 2017, Republicans have lost 8 governor races, 3 Senate seats, 19 House seats, and 1 presidential race. And yesterday we suffered humiliating losses in deep red states, Ohio and Kentucky. Republicans are sick of Ronna Romney McDaniel using the same losing strategy for 6 years in a row. But don't worry, I've got a winning strategy for you. But before we get to that, listen to this lie.
I just want to clarify one quick thing, though. The RNC had no involvement in these elections in Virginia per Governor Youngkin's request.
We were told in the summer they didn't need us, that they had all the money and they were good. So that was the conversation.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
We'll be following up on that. to find out what's that all about. That's the first time I've heard that.
Well, we have checked into that, and get this. Did you know that the Virginia GOP chairman, Rich Anderson, requested money from the RNC? The RNC denied his request. Meanwhile, Joe Biden ordered the DNC in September to pour $1 million into Virginia. Republicans lost the House and Senate by 2,400 and 1,900 votes, respectively. And DC Drano points out, at this point, I'm convinced she's only working to hurt GOP voters. She hates us at her core, and she's doing the dirty work of her uncle and his uniparty friends to sabotage us. I mean, what else can it be at this point? But she doesn't just lie once, she continues on the Ingram angle.
I know you believe in accountability. You talk about it all the time. I mean, everyone. I mean, I'm accountable. You're right.
Some accountability.
Okay, that's what I asked you, and you went into another, another.
I was going to go there. Sorry, I took too long on the answer, but I was getting there. I'm not trying to avoid anything. Let me promise you that, Laura. Listen, when Vivek didn't vote in 2016, I was leading Michigan to the first win in history in 30 years. In 2018, we defied the odds. We got 3 senators, people like Josh Hawley, that allowed President Trump to build the largest conservative majority on the Supreme Court. In 2022, the RNC, which is a turnout machine, right? We're not the messengers. We don't create the messages for the campaigns. Those are the consultants who get very, very well paid.
Well, one of the things, Ronna, that happened was, I think in Virginia, people were wondering where the money was, whether they were going to get some help from the RNC. And I know at one point you said that you were not asked for money in Virginia, but a Republican source familiar with the Youngkin team in Virginia told The Angle late tonight that is false. And meaning your story keeps changing. Anyone who thinks Virginia Republicans wouldn't want help when we knew we'd be outspent isn't being serious. Ronna, they were outspent by $8 million.
Glenn Youngkin did a phenomenal job, and he raised a lot of money. A lot of people don't understand fundraising. I can't raise state dollars. I don't get unlimited convention and state dollars. And these were state House and state Senate races. The RNC is a federal committee. So, I mean, come on. Can you just, these are people who've come after me all the time. They're on Twitter. They're all the time. And let's see their results. What did they do in Virginia? How much money did they give? But let me stand by something else. In 2022, we took back the House. And the RNC is part of that. We're building the road. And we're launching Bank Your Vote. We've got to do that.
Ronna, we got to roll, but thank you for joining us tonight. We have a lot more to get to next.
Deflection. And then she talks about the circular firing squad. Ronna Romney McDaniel does not want to owe up to anything. And I am tired. Look, I want unity in this party worse than anybody right now. I want to see us win. But we can't win with people who just completely disregard the base. We can't win when we have an intelligentsia, an elite in the Republican Party that does not care about the concerns of Republican voters, that are spending $100,000 of our money on their hair. And another dirty trick of these establishment Republicans is they try to then bring Trump's name into the equation like they still support him, like she just did. But watch her body language. You can tell she is not confident in her answers because she's not telling you the whole truth. So the question is, what do we do to win? We need a new chair. And I've got the perfect candidate, and so does Roger Stone.
If President Trump is successful in getting back in the White House, if you are successful as one of the key architects of that victory, would you be willing to serve as Republican National Chairman?
If President Trump asked me to do so, yes, it would be an honor. I would be humbled, and yes, I would do so.
We've become a party of losers at the end of the day. There's a cancer in the Republican establishment. Let's speak the truth. I mean, since Ronna McDaniel took over as chairwoman of the RNC in 2017, we have lost 2018, 2020, 2022, no red wave that never came. We got trounced last night in 2023. And I think that we have to have accountability in our party.
People, we're heading into the most crucial election of our lifetime. The very fabric of our nation is being torn apart, and we need to win. So call your state party chair and tell him Ronna Romney McDaniel needs to go. And then when you're done with that, subscribe to this channel and check out MyPillow, MyPillow.com, promo code Lumberjack for big savings. This is the new MyPillow 2.0. They are half price over at MyPillow right now.